right now, primarily because she didn't take advantage of the vault competition where she did the most difficult vault of the day, but didn't stick the landing. She has so much amplitude on this event, and look at the body line and the positions. Look at the nice high delta there and the position into the handstand on low bar. Nice combination. She does a second release move right here, reverse hecht, which is much more difficult at the end of the routine. She also does a very difficult dismount, a half in, half out, big step on the landing. That will really be the only deduction there, but that's an area where the judges can nickel and dime you if you don't stick your landing. Just like she did on vault, didn't capitalize on places where she really could get bigger scores.
You can see the disappointment on her face regarding the dismount.
Take notice of the amazing height on this Delchev. She has impeccable form as well. And on the dismount, you can see she has plenty of height and should have had enough rotation. She just opened up a little too soon, but this is a really difficult dismount. It's a full twisting double bat, but that giant step is going to cost her.
She's only 16 years old, 4 feet 9 inches, 75 pounds. This is her second trip to the United States, and like so many others that have come to this country, she said she'd like to go to Disneyland sometime. A 9.825 for Kalinina on the uneven bars. And the leader after two apparatus, but she's the only one we've seen so far on the uneven bars. We just saw Rolf Buchner from East Germany on the vault, scoring a 9.55 for a total of 38.25 points. So Buchner doing very well so far at the competition. And there's Sandy Woolsey, third after the vault. And Sandy's up next when we return, as she'll take on the uneven bars.
1990 McDonald's American Cup Gymnastics Championships are brought to you by the Good Time, Great Taste of McDonald's. By Foot Locker, America's most complete athletic footwear store, where it all begins. By John Deere, nothing runs like a deer. And by Wheaties, better get your whole grain, better eat your Wheaties.
A future Olympian, we hope, taking in the action today in Fairfax, Virginia. We welcome you back to the American Cup Gymnastics Championship. And up next on the uneven bars from the United States, Sandy Woolsey from Tempe, Arizona. Here's your coach of the Desert Devils, Stormy Eaton.
Conservative, Sandy. Okay? Nice and easy.
That's an unusual comment from a coach. Normally a coach says, go hard, be aggressive. So Sandy must have a tendency to overdo or get over-adrenalized, and that's his way of relaxing her. She is really sitting pretty after the vault event, and this is her best event here. She has really improved since the World Championships, particularly in the area of form. Giant swing into a reverse hecht. Very nice amplitude there. Straddle back to handstand. So far, this is one of the best routines I've seen her do here. Now, Sandy only does one major release move, but she more than makes up for the difficulty right here on the dismount. Full twisting double back.
All right. Atta girl. They hit another one. That's the way. 2 out of 2 now. You can't ask for more than that.
Her coach, Stormy Eaton of the Desert Devils, strongly believes in positive reinforcement. That's why he feels that his gym has 3 members on the national team, along with Sandy, Juliet Bangeter, and Elizabeth Crandall.
What's really impressive about Sandy is the fact that she improved after the World Championships, particularly on this event where she was a finalist there. Excellent dismount, half in, half out, and a good landing. Sometimes it's actually harder to watch than it is to do the routine.
The strain on his face, and then finally the relief with the solid dismount. And now the anxious moments as they wait for the judges. And a 9.887, a great score for Sandy Woolsey on the uneven bars. That total now puts her just slightly ahead of Kalinina. Stormy Eaton told us Sandy has dedicated her life to the gym. The young man from the Soviet Union, Alexander Kolyovanov.
Yeah, and he really has had a disappointing start in the final day of the American Cup. He was so much better in the first day of competition, but he's already had a major break, and he's well behind the pack. But if anybody can come back from something like that, it's a Soviet. Let's watch here. A beautiful double twisting Sukahar. Oh, my. Unbelievable. The difficulty of that skill is so superior to any vault being done at the competition, and he did it flawlessly.
That, by the way, was a double twisting laid out.
Incredible. Let's watch this. He has such a tremendous push off the horse. He's able to do not just one, but watch that. That's 2 twists, and then completely nail the landing. Fabulous job. You know, about 6 years ago in this country, we had the opportunity to view some videotape of about a 12-year-old Soviet boy, about 4 feet tall, who was doing skills that had never even been done before. They were amazing. The level of technical mastery of this kid was astounding, and here he is 6 years later in Fairfax, Virginia.
And what an outstanding spin. Just went by, tapped Lance Ringnaud on the shoulder, wished him good luck. His passion, music. When he's outside of the gym, he really likes to escape with his music. 9.75 for Kolyavano, who started before the vault in 5th position and will definitely improve his standing with that outstanding performance. When we return, the leaders from the United States will submit their performances to the judges. Here's our leader after 3 apparatus, the biggest surprise so far, Kevin Davis of the United States.
And this is not one of Kevin's strongest events. They completely changed the value of Kevin's latest vault, and he had to change mid-year, and he's doing a vault that I don't really think he's all that comfortable with. Got a good run. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, that's going to really hurt. That's a big, big mistake for Kevin. He just didn't have the push off of the horse that he needed to complete that vault.
So disaster has just struck for the former Nebraska Cornhusker.
Yeah, this is really disappointing. He doesn't even come close. No push off the horse, and a terrible landing.
That truly may have ended his dream, Tim.
Yeah, you know, he'd really been the Cinderella story up to this point, but with a vault like that, I'm sure that he's going to be well back from the leaders.
He's one of the few gymnasts from the '88 team that went to Seoul, South Korea that did not retire, along with Lance Ringnaud, who's also here at the American Cup. 23 years old, standing 5'7", 140 pounds, and has to feel shattered right now after such a sensational start.
Yeah, he really, really surprised everybody. He wasn't even supposed to be competing here, and that 9.15 is going to take him completely out of the race at this point.
Back over to the women's division now. We move to our leader after one event. Kim Zmeskal, working out of Bella Karolyi's gym in Houston, Texas.
Strong.
What a sensational story Karolyi is, defecting from Romania in 1981. Worked with the very talented, the brilliant Nadia Comaneci, Olympic gold medalist in 1976. One of his star pupils as well when he came to the United States, Mary Lou Retton. 3-time champion here at the American Cup. Karolyi made the decision, though, back in '81. It has paid dividends for so many people like Kim Zmeskal, one of his prized pupils right now.
And this is Kim's weakest event, but she has already put the pressure on the rest of the field because of a sensational vault. This is a critical routine for her. She missed this in the preliminary round. Starts out giant to a half turn to a Jaeger front. She had just enough amplitude, not as big as some of the other girls do on those release moves. A reverse hecht, no problem. She sets up for her dismount, a pike double back dismount, and a great landing.
Oh, that was
Kim fell in the prelims off the uneven bars, and Bella told us he thought it was goodbye American Cup after the preliminaries, but Kim Zmeskal really stayed strong.
That's exactly why this was a critical routine for Kim, not only in terms of this competition, but for her psyche as well. She needed to get back to confidence on this event. She was last year's junior national champion. This is her first year in the senior ranks, and she's off to a great start. Take note here that she's sticking all her landings, and in a competition this close, that could mean the difference.
Her coach, Bella Karolyi, out of Houston, Texas, looking like an NFL coach on the sideline. His team has just scored a touchdown. Sigh of relief there. From Kim Zmeskal, 4 feet 4 inches,